There's my theme settings.
There we go. Complete the quest by right-clicking. Check mark. Yeah.
So you'll want to go up the stairs and through the doors.
Through the doors, I'm inside.
Oh, other way. It's going to be between the two stairs by the front of the fountain.
They're behind. I think you're about 10 seconds behind.
Yeah, that seems like it.
Why, hello there. Who
At
might
least
you
for
be?
now.
Yeah. We'll have to tweak the settings another time. If you're looking to join the Adventurers Guild, you come to the right place. Name's Momodi, and I own this fine establishment if it pleases you. If it pleases you. I also manage the Adventurers Guild here in Ul'dah, so you might say that I'm looking after green adventurers like yourself. It's my vocation. Okay, I think I might have added an extra word in there by accident. And lucky for you that it is. Without someone like me to steer you right, you'll soon find yourself out in the middle of nowhere, caught up in business you don't understand. Like our conflict with the Amalja, whatever. For example, they've been plaguing the Sultanate on high, or Sultanate for 9 on forever now. So, Middle East influence, I suppose, this area.
That's kind of the feel I think that they were going through. And I think that's where some of the influence on the language. This game has actually, for different groups of people, has used different kind of base languages for their inspiration. For example, there's a group of people that uses French as a base language. It's pretty interesting how they've managed to do that. And the different kinds of like the Mikoto versus the Ora, they all have different cultural influences for the races as well.
I believe the aura was Japanese influence, was it?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I did a bit 5 minutes lookup. Yeah. Okay, now, then there's the Gallian Empire. None can say for sure what they are plotting these days, only that they are.
We don't like them. They're not our friends.
Mm-hmm. Aye, the people drink and make merry, but underneath all, there's worry and a lingering feeling of loss. And little wonder, it's scarce been 5 years since the lesser moon cracked open like a giant egg, releasing an abomination intent on turning the realm into an 8th hell. So much was lost in the blink of an eye, 'twas like the end of the world had come at last. But then things begin to get foggy. Everyone got their own version of what happened next. Some of them 2 or 3. You'd think people would remember something like that, but the fact is, they don't. No one does. There's one thing survivors agree on though, the part played by a band of adventurers who laid down their life for a realm that wasn't their own. They fought valiantly and like so many others, they never returned. Deeds worth remembering. I'm sure you agree. It's a shame that our recollections of those brave heroes are as jumbled as those of the calamity itself. Whenever we try to call their faces to mind, it's like they are standing between us and the midday sun. Permanently, I never know how to pronounce this word. Silhouetted?
Silhouette.
Silhouette. I'll bet that sounds poetic to you, doesn't it? Well, it's not. It's bloody infuriating. But even if we can't remember them, we'll not let them be forgotten, and so we call them the Warriors of Light. And they'll forever stand as a shining example of what adventurers can achieve. That's why I welcome new arrivals like yourself to our fair city. All I ask is you lend a helping hand and try to leave Ul'dah in a better state than you found her. If you can promise that, I'll be happy to let you join the guild. Alright then.
Mr. Power Seeker.
Power can be used for good.
It's absolutely true. Power can be used for good.
It's but a two. A promise is a promise now. I'm counting on your help to put the past behind us. We need people working and spending and bickering like the old days. And a happy and prosperous Ul'dah means more business for the quicksand too. Any road? Ready? Any road? It's a pun, right? It's a wordplay, right?
Yeah, I believe it's a wordplay. They do a lot. They have a lot of interesting word choices for some of the characters. You'll see what I mean the further we progress.
Right, let's make this official. Okay, this start is definitely taking much longer than I thought it would.
Cutscenes.
Yeah. Go ahead, write your name and register neat as you can. I haven't even gotten to a tutorial.
It's okay. Once you get through this quest and you pick up the next, then you'll be able to see other players, and you and I will be able to party up. So I'll be able to give you a hand.
Okay, DragonInWhite, let's see. Ain't that the charming name? Just rolls off the tongue, it does. Yeah, it does.
It does. You're not wrong.
Yeah. Well, on behalf of the Adventurers Guild, I officially... Please, sir, be merciful. 12 as my witness. I swear to you, I'll bring you your money. This is another one of those arrogant young masters in cultivation novel.
Yep.
In the East, it is said that even a merciful god might be driven to vengeance if thrice blasphemed. Be grateful you were given a fourth chance to offend. You too, attend to this scum. No, please, mercy. Well, ain't that a sorry sight? Nor an uncommon one, if I'm honest. Don't worry though, if you work hard, I doubt you end up like him. You're just a gamble. Just the same.
This
Go on.
each city state has a little bit of a different kind of feel to it. This is definitely the country of merchants. Definitely the country of merchants.
Cool.
So yeah, there's quite a bit of that kind of thing.
Okay. Now, just the same, if you need a bit of advice about one thing or another, pay me a visit. Just don't go bothering me every time you stub your bloody toe, alright? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's wool with women folk from time to time. Any road. Welcome to Ul'dah, Dragon. Feels weird without the invite. Oh well. Take a moment to catch your breath and I'll teach you a little about a fair city. Oh boy, more law and history.
It will be over soon, I promise.
I mean, I love law and the history, but I think it feels a little too much at the start. Quest complete. Let's speak with her again. That concludes the introductory game tutorial. You have taken your first step as an adventurer in the city of Ul'dah. Listen well to the wisdom of... Really? Modi. Okay. Go forth and discover the incredible adventures that await you. And... Oh! What happened? Okay, this is nostalgic. The good old level up sound. Da 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 da.
Just wait until you get your first chocobo. You get the chocobo music whenever you're on that particular mount, and it's wonderful.
Okay, main scenario quest. Important quest, main scenario quest, okay. Quest using this icon indicates a task or series of tasks that are tied to new duties that have yet to unlock. Okay. So blue means I haven't unlocked. Well, I suppose I should talk to her. Wants you to perform 3 tasks that help you learn the fundamental of adventuring. Is this where we start to get a party?
Yep. Once you finish, or once you accept this quest, then we'll be able to party up, and I can give you a tour of Ul'dah.
Cool. Before you go charging off to find your fortune, I got a few basic tasks for you to perform so as to help you get to know this place, well, the place. First of all, I want you to go to the Ul'dah Plaza. To get there, head west from here until you reach Emerald Avenue. Then look to the north, you should see a giant floating crystal called an Ul'dah. Wait, west and north. Okay. If it
We'll
weren't
get you
for
there.
Ul'dah, traveling around Eorzea would be a damn sight more troublesome than it is. Cause you still need to attune with them before you can use them, so be sure to do that with the one in the plaza. If you ever attune with an Ul'dah before, Dragon? If not, just lay your hands on the thing and you'll see what I mean. Okay. Once you've done that, I want you to pay a visit to the Fugitive Guild over at the Platinum Mirage. Assuming those weapons of yours aren't just for show, you might consider trading there. What weapons? Oh, okay, I got a dagger at the back.
You'll get fist weapons,
Yeah, I'm carrying a dagger on
brass
my.
knuckles and whatnot.
I have a dagger at the back though. Looks like a wooden one. Yeah, you can see it, right? Like right by the tail.
Yeah, I can actually kind of see it. You're never gonna use it, but I can see it.
No, it's still an arrow. That's a singular weapon. She says weapons.
Yes.
Oh, and finally, I want you to visit Sapphire Avenue Exchange over on the steps of Tau. Goods from all over Eorzea and beyond turn up there every day. You have no trouble finding armors, weapons, anything else a fledgling adventurer like yourself need. You might say that everything's for sale here in Ul'dah as long as you got the guild. Just make sure you don't pay more than you ought, Dragon. I could just murder more things for more
Dragon.
guilds. There's plenty, so don't scupple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself. Wait, what? There's plenty as one scupple to swindle unsuspecting foreigners like yourself, especially if they think no one's looking out for their best interests. Sentence a little hard to catch, but I think it means that there's plenty of people who are willing to cheat others. Yeah?
Yeah.
Which is why I'm giving you this letter. When you visit the exchange, find a gentleman named Cesaroga and give it to him, and he'll be happy to tell you about the markets once he read it. In short, visit the Ul'dah Plaza, the Fugitive Guild, and the Sapphire Avenue Exchange. Simple. Oh, and before you go out, word of advice, while there are more than a few unsavory characters out there who will take advantage of you, there are some with good to honest problems with who you should consider offering a helping hand to. A lot of folks are lured to this city by the promise of wealth and power, but many of them fail to realize is that instead of chasing after guild the moment they get here, they ought to be making friends. Now, I'm chasing after punching something. Power! For good.
Power.
Yes, for good. Okay, now, let it be known that you're willing to give as much as you get, and opportunities come your way. Alright, let me off already, come on. Speaking of which, you should speak with the smith over yonder. Those lads always have some good advice for up and coming adventurers. Otherwise, that's about it for me. It's past time you got going. Oh, and let me know when you have finished, will you? That way I won't spend my days worrying that you're down to your small clothes without a guild to your name. I must say though, the graphics do look quite nice. I quite like it.
Yeah.
I mean,
it has it's not too cartoony. It's very Final Fantasy, and I think they kind of held true to a lot of that feel. I see you now. Let me send
My
you a friend request.
goodness! You are absolutely tiny! We are,
Yes, I'm a fluffy goblin. Alright, so sent you a friend invite, so you have officially made a friend. And now we are a part of the same party.
okay. And look, even though you're tinier than me, you got more health than me.
I am a paladin. I am supposed to be your tank. I need more health.
You're
Okay,
tiny.
let's go.
Hang on, let me just look at this for a minute. Century, rested bonus. Quick menu. There. Okay. Navigation and now this doesn't have this game doesn't have one of those auto walk function, right?
Not, I mean, it has the auto run function, but honestly, I would not recommend it. Also, you should take a look at your mini map. You'll notice a blue dot moving around.
That's you.
That is how you find other party members. Yes.
Okay. So now, I'm assuming you can see this. Right under my camera, you see this green dot. What are these?
Hold on a second. I've got to flip. The under your camera, the green dots. Oh, those are your inventory.
Oh.
So that will tell you the green dots, any colored dots in that little space is going to tell you that you have items in your inventory. Any of the gray spots are open inventory slots. Speaking of which, we should take a quick look at your system configuration. This is going to be very, very helpful in the long run. Your system configuration and your character configuration. So I would recommend starting with your character configuration, which you can find under the system menu.
Okay, system menu. Got it.
I would say first go to display name settings. Oh, it's going to give you more armory chests. So you have a couple of different kinds of inventory. You have your regular inventory, and you have your armory chest, which will contain just weapons and armor, which will help keep you organized. So the first thing I would recommend under your character configuration is going down to your display name settings and going over to others. And the first option, it'll have a little light blue dot next to your party members. Click on that dot.
Wait. I think that I'm a bit lost already. Wait. Display name settings. Okay. Under my own.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then tab over to others. Tab so it'll be the next one next to your own.
Oh, okay. I see it now. Okay. Okay, what should I change? And then
I click on the little colored dot next to the words party members.
Okay, got that.
And pick a more vibrant color. The standard color that it gives you is very, very close to the color it gives you for everyone else. And that makes your party members a little bit harder to see when you're in the middle of a crowd. So choosing something a little bit more vibrant will make your party members easier to see.
Okay.
Now, once you have that done, I would suggest going to item settings.
Okay. I'm there.
And selecting your inventory interface. And there's a drop-down box next to that. I would suggest selecting expanded both for your inventory interface and for your retainer inventory interface.
Okay.
That just makes it easier to see what's in your inventory and what's in your retainer inventory, which is something you'll encounter a little bit later down the road. So don't worry about that now. I would also suggest deselecting the option below that says store all newly obtained items in the armory chest. This will ensure that all of your newly obtained items, as far as equipment and weapons, goes to your inventory, not your armory chest, because you will pick up items that are going to be for other classes, and your armory chest inventory is very small, so it can get overcrowded very quickly.
Okay. Great. What's
And
next?
any other settings as far as that are going, the ones that I would suggest are going to be for controllers. So if you switch to controller, we'll take a look at that. So next, go to your back to
Hang
your
on. Let
system
me
menu.
try something for a second.
Okay.
Okay, nope, that didn't do what I thought it would. Okay,
And of
sorry.
course, make sure you hit apply before you close out of the menu.
Yep, got that. Now, controller you said?
So, yep, now I would suggest going to your... yeah, play with your camera mode to see which camera mode you would prefer. Then I would go to your back to your systems menu and your system configuration.
I can clearly quite tell you I will prefer third person without reverse.
Yeah.
I always prefer third person.
You'll always be in third person. Well, not always. You can technically, I think, fight in first person, but it's a little weird, in my opinion.
Okay, well, this seems good for me for now. Okay.
Okay. So then you'll want to go to your system configuration menu, which is, again, under your system menus.
System. There we go.
And... let's see. Hold on one second. I'm just double checking here. If you want to adjust your screen mode, you can do that under display settings. That'll affect, you can do either windowed, borderless window, or full screen.
I played around with it. Full screen seems to work best.
Okay. You also have mouse settings here that you can adjust. If you end up switching over to a controller, you have gamepad settings that you can adjust, theme settings that you can adjust. So if you don't like the dark menus, you can go with a light menu. Accessibility settings and everything else. So you can play with that a little bit. I think
I like the top.
that's about it. You can also use your HUD layout at a later time if you want to kind of adjust those, but I'm fairly certain you were playing with that earlier.
No, I was playing with this one. The high resolution UI settings.
Ah.
So that basically made everything big. Which is not what I want. This is good. I just want this particular item bigger.
You might be able to adjust that in your HUD settings, but I'm not sure.
HUD settings is under character, right? I don't see it here. Yeah, I see it under UI settings.
HUD settings is actually going to be, HUD layout is actually going to be a whole other option under your system menu.
Oh boy. I'll play that eventually. I mean, for now, this will function. Except that I can't really see you on the map. Oh wait, I think I'm supposed to speak to the sneak, right?
You can speak to him. Basically, he's just going to tell you about the Sprout and Mentor system.
Okay.
And you can ask questions. You're going to find the Smiths everywhere. It's not something that's necessary for gameplay, but it is an option that players have where you can actually reach out to a mentor if you're very new to the game and feeling a little bit lost.
I got you.
You've got me. For better or worse.
Okay.
Great. So. Let me go introduce you to Aetherites.
Okay, I assume it's quick. It's what do we call it again? Waypoint or some sort?
It sort of is a waypoint, yes. The Aetherite system is a system of teleportation. So the first aetheryte we're gonna grab is this one over here by the Adventurers Guild. So you
Okay.
just click on it, and it'll automatically set you to attune with it. There are
Okay.
several aetheryte shards around the main cities, and once you've collected them all, you can teleport easily to any area of the city that you're looking for. That's just the first one. We'd have to attune with them all, but that's gonna happen pretty quickly.
Okay, cool.
The aetheryte crystals are how you teleport between towns and cities.
So big crystals for town and city, shards for intra-city.
Exactly. There's also, as far as traveling between towns, you have the chocobo option, where you can actually rent a chocobo, and that will automatically take you to your destination. Important thing, just a quick detour while we're over here. If you go up this way, and if you get lost, just look for the dancing girls. There is a delivery Moogle. Delivery Moogle is how you get all of your mail if you purchase anything from the store, or if somebody sends you a gift. This is how you would receive it.
Okay.
Then we can go back down the stairs.
Hang on 1 second.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah. Clicked on it and they send me through this whole set of dialogues.
Yeah, it's basically just telling you what I
wait.
just did.
Hang on, why is your... I think must have screwed up something with these settings. Oh, that's just the name, right? Because I'm seeing you as blue on the minimap still, but your name is pink.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
that's right. Okay.
So when we're in a crowd, it'll be easier to see my name and see where I am in a crowd. But it's always going to be the light blue on your mini map. But people that are not in your party will not show up on your mini map, so you don't really have to worry about that much.
Okay, that's good.
And then we go here,
I see the
and
big
this
crystal.
is where our... Yep, and you're going to get just a little bit of a cutscene telling you that this is an aetheryte crystal.
Okay, cutscene time.
You can skip it if you would like.
I'll go through it. No one plays Final Fantasy games skipping cutscenes.
That's a wonderful idea to have while you're starting.
Blasphemy. Okay. Hail adventurer, might you have come at the behest of Miss Momodi of Quicksand. Another tiny one. Excellent.
Where Lala fell.
Which brings us to the matter of attunement fee. That will be 100,000 gills if you please, sir. Nahaha. Apologies, but I do so relish the opportunity to make that jest. The look on your face was absolutely priceless. But the fact that you were so easily deceived suggests to me that you're unfamiliar with the use of aetherytes. Allow me to explain. These crystalline agglomerations tap into ethereal energy and are primarily used as a means to travel swiftly from one place to another. Actually, how will you pronounce this? Now I'm thinking about it. Ethereal or ethereal?
Let me see here. Trying to get an eye on the word.
Aetherial.
Ethereal?
Because I have a suspicion that this is a more
ethereal.
British spelling with the AE, and you Americans will just drop the A.
With ethereal, actually, usually it would... So there are two different types of ethereal. There's one with the aether, which is AE, and then there's one like ethereal, which is more
Yeah, but you have ether as well.
Like angels and whatnot. But yeah, we also have ether with just the E. I don't think there's any particular spelling difference between the British and American English. That's one where it kind of comes down to preference or context.
Okay. Because AE suggests like air related. You know, arrow.
Yeah,
AERO.
AE is very, very related to, if I remember correctly, the idea of the AE vowel comes very much from the Celtic, which is primarily British. Well, not British. I'm gonna get skinned for that. Eastern or Western European, I guess is a better way of saying it.
Well, anything European would be more related to the British than the Americans. They are
You're not wrong.
on the same continent, after all.
Correct.
Okay, moving on. Perchance have you heard of Return and Teleport? Well, these transportation spells make direct use of Aetherites and their connections to the flow of the Aether. Given that there's an Aetherite in almost every corner of Eorzea, any adventurers with a mind to explore the realm will seek out and attune himself to each and every one. But even if you have no intentions of wandering beyond the Sultanate's border, it will be prudent for you to attune yourself to any Aetherites you encounter from now on. I pray that you found that informative. Should you wish to learn more about Aetherites or transportation magic, I should be happy to answer your question. And I learned Return.
Return is a free one-way teleportation to whatever you have marked as your home city.
What's the cooldown?
But there is a 15-minute cooldown.
Okay, that's kind of normal. And assuming
Yep.
a long cast time as well.
It's a few. It's not actually all that long. I wonder if I can. You can watch here. This is the load time.
Oh, that's
and
not
I
too bad.
teleported. Nope. And then I'm back.
And you lost 15 minutes.
That's okay. We're gonna be in town for the 15 minutes anyway.
Oh yeah, I think
So yeah,
most
if you
MMO
see
have
any of
this.
those, most MMOs have some version of this. But yeah, if you see any of those big crystals, make sure you touch them.
Well, I'm under impression whereby if I see any crystal, just touch them. Touch everything.
Yep. If you see a crystal, just touch everything. It's fine. And then we'll go up this way. Remember where the Pugilist Guild is, but we'll run into it. So this is a direction that you can go if you want to go outside of town, which we don't need to do yet. But any gates like that where you'll see a series of blue dots and a little yellow arrow on your mini-map, those are ways to another area. So this will lead out of the city, and the one over here, these two over here, will lead deeper into the city. But we're not going there quite yet.
Wait, what was that about blue dots go out of, was it?
So if you look at your mini-map, you see how there's the row of like the bright blue dots and then the little yellow arrow?
Uh-huh.
That's how you know that that's the path into another area. So you'll leave this particular section and have a load screen.
So it just...
But we're going to go further down the thoroughfare first, because there's another Aetherite shard we should get.
Okay.
Bounce, 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 bounce.
Touch all the crystals! Touch it all!
All of them. This will bring us to the Thaumaturge's Guild, which is this big space. It actually looks pretty cool inside if you want to check it out.
Sure.
It's very temple-esque.
It does.
And once you reach level 10, when you see these little, the red quest markers with the plus on them, once you reach level 10, you can talk to any of those guys in the different class guilds, and you can pick up a new class.
Cool.
There are some that you can't pick up until level 50, well, 30, 50, 60. I think there's a class at 70. I think the dancer is at 70.
70 to
Lots and
dance?
lots and lots of classes. The dancer is a brutal DPS class. Very fun from what I've seen. Now we go through here.
Okay, Steps of Tau. You gotta go to your own guild as well, right?
I do. We'll both have to stop by our own guilds. And speaking of which, my gladiator guild is in here.
I thought mine would be somewhere around here.
We will run into yours. I'm just gonna go ahead and accept this real quick and join the gladiators guild.
I'm gonna try to follow the minimap. I got a feeling it's pointing me towards it. One more shot. Touch the shot. Okay. I am assuming this arrow is telling me where to go. I might be wrong.
I will be able to tell you once I get out of my cutscene and catch up. You got the aetheryte shard right outside of the that little circle, right?
Yeah.
Okay, looks like you went this way. There you are.
Yeah, I'm following the minimap. I'm pretty sure that points to my quest.
It's going to point to at least one of your quest points. The Sapphire Exchange.
Well, wrong place.
Actually, one of the right places. We definitely needed to stop here. Make sure you grab the aetheryte crystal in the corner.
I missed that one.
This is where you'll go for all trade.
Okay. And so, who do I talk to here? This guy?
Yep.
Okay. You are a newly come adventurer, but of course I am the Soroka. What can I do for you? You have me teach you the ways of the marketplace. Very wise. As for my fee, what? You expect me to do it for free? Surely you jest. My dear adventurer, when you ask an Ul'dah for a favor, you should at least try to make it worth his while. Judging by your garb, I highly doubt you can afford my services, but the fact you offer nothing is laughable. Handing over items. Some quests will require you to deliver drag from inventory armory chest and to the window. Oh, Mistress Momodi instructed you to seek me out, did she? Consider yourself fortunate to have such influential friends. I shall be brief, and you shall be attentive. You stand in the Sapphire Avenue Exchange, the busiest and most profitable marketplace in the Sultanate. Being advantageously situated in relation to the other city-states, Ul'dah's markets have ever served as both the literal and figurative centers of Osean commerce. For the Great Overland trade routes lead to our city, and majority of maritime trade between Vauban and Ul'dah passes through our ports. Because of this, countless companies and consortia have chosen Ul'dah as their base of operations. They see to it that this marketplace is awash with merchants and moneylenders day and night. Anything that a man could ever desire could be purchased here, provided he has sufficient funds. Surely there's something you seek, adventurer? A deadlier sword, perhaps? A shinier trinket? Whatever it is you want, the exchange will have it. To the north, you'll find merchants peddling armor and accessories, curative and crafting materials. And to the south, you'll find weapons, tools, and assortment of other useful items for sale. Seek out a particular merchant or browse your heart's content, but do try to remain aloof should you find something that piques your interest. Decisions made in the heat of the moment are usually unwise, especially where coin is concerned. That is all the complimentary aid you should have for me, and far too much for my taste. My regards to Momodi. Now off with you. Okay. Now I got to figure out the pugilist guild.
Yep.
Did I
First,
go-
we have a couple more aetherite shards to grab in this area, so let's head this way and grab those, and then we'll go back up and find the Pugilist Guild.
Oh, so the place which I went in earlier, that was your guild.
Yeah, that's where we ran. We ran into the Gladiators Guild is down here. You'll also find the Weavers Guild down here, and some of the other crafting guilds.
So crafting.
So if you're interested in doing crafting at any point.
Are they a separate class here, or is it something you do as like
Separate classes. They're all of the classes are, well, there's the core classes, which are the different options you can start with.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of different jobs that you can pick up. Some of the jobs, like I mentioned earlier, you can pick up at level 30, 50, 60. Some of the jobs you can pick up at level 10, which are like, you can pick up the other starting classes, or you can pick up the crafting classes at level 10, or crafting jobs.
Okay, so crafting class or job, are they like an attack class? As in, like, can they attack, or is it just meant to use as an secondary class? Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Secondary class.
Ah, there we go.
Yep. You can... There's also the gathering classes, which technically you can hit something. It's not really effective, but you can hit something.
I would imagine any class could at least punch and probably deal 1 damage.
Right. Here we go. Here's this shard. And this is where we have the Miners Guild. We're gonna continue this way. And I believe this is the last one we need to grab in this section of the city. No, wait.
I think we grabbed this already.
Ul'dah is a big city. Nope, if we haven't grabbed it, it won't let us. It'll just give us the option to teleport to a different shard. So, there's that. We're gonna have to go up to Husting's Strip on the upper level, so we should go this way. I'm also trying to navigate via the map.
Well, that works. It's been 2 hours and I haven't punched something. This is definitely a record.
You will get to punch something, I promise. You will definitely get to punch something.
I don't think I had an MMO that haven't gotten me punching something as a tutorial yet.
Here's this aetherite.
Okay, is there a way to figure out which aetherites which I don't have?
Mostly it's by process of elimination. But I also have a fairly good memory for this one, and once you get all of them, it won't be an issue anymore. This aetherite's I mean, they're all particularly important, and once you collect all of them, it's going to unlock your ability to teleport. Hold on. Outside of. Here we go. Outside of the city. Like I said, Ul'dah is a relatively large city. Limsa Lominsa, which you'll encounter a little bit later, is also a large city, and then Gridania is the smallest of the three main cities.
So basically, I got unlucky and got somewhere larger
There
to
we go.
learn. Oh, okay, that's
It's
everything.
okay. It's not a big deal. Yep, but that will be all of them. So let's go ahead and let me see. Where is...
Usually
Yeah,
it's
all
just
of the gate options are what will allow us to teleport outside of the city.
cool.
So let me just switch and see where your guild is hiding. Alright, so let's go to the main Aetheryte Plaza. The Ul'dah Aetheryte Plaza is where you want to teleport.
Okay.
And you just do that by clicking on the crystal.
Ul'dah Aetheryte Plaza. Got it. It's nice that it let you do like quick teleport around, quick travel.
Yeah, especially in the cities with how big they can be. I really appreciate it.